Captain Underpants of the Bonkers Balloonatic! One time at camp it was super hot and Captain Underpants was drinking a tall, delicious glass of water because, well, water. H2OMG refreshing! The kids at camp wanted water too, but they couldn't find glasses, so they filled up a bunch of water balloons instead. The balloons got so big they turned into a giant monster named Bonkers Balloonatic! The campus was still thirsty, so they finally found some glasses and asked Balloonatic for their water back. But he wouldn't let them have any, even though it was like 1,000 degrees outside. Sharing's for the weak. So Captain Underpants had to fight Balloonatic, but he wasn't worried. After all, he was no stranger to water. Water's my jam! It was go time! Captain Underpants attacked his rival with a skivvy scuffle. But Balloonatic repelled him with elastic endurance and greased crackle, which was totally cray-cray. Hoo-hee-hoo-hee-hee! That gave the Waistband Warrior an idea. The only way to beat cray-cray is to beat cray-cray. I've got to be progressive and think outside the box. So he put on a chicken suit and took the Balloonatic bowling, which is pretty far outside the box. But it turned out that Balloonatic was bad at bowling, like really bad. So Captain Underpants had to put his personal feelings aside and show compassion. He taught the weepy water hogger to become a world-class professional bowler. And from that day forward, Balloonatic shared both his water and his love for bowling with the world. Okay, the end. Sure glad I held on to this chicken suit outside the box, he said with a gleam in his eye. Bonk. Captain Underpants of the Perilous Possum Army. A long time ago, or not, there was an evil camp director named Mr. Brupp. He hated possum, so he changed them up and made him do his bidding, like make him cut a French toast and clean the back of his car. But mostly he used the possums to scare kids at camp so they wouldn't do fun stuff that annoyed him, like play tetherball with a ham. Yay, we love tether ham! Ah, here come the possums! Now we can't play tether ham! Recess! Luckily, Captain Underpants was taking a class at a nearby adult school when he heard the noise. That's the sound of possums using fear as a weapon to keep kids from fun stuff like tether ham. So he smashed through the wall of the building he was in, even the door was right here. Oh yeah, smash. He was deep inside the building, so he had to keep smashing through a bunch of walls in order to get outside. Smash! Finally, Captain Underpants flew into the camp to save the day. Flying noise! Sure. But there were too many possums for Captain Underpants to fight, so he decided to trick them by pointing at something and making them look away. Look out behind you, possums! And when they turned around, he smacked them with his wedgie whip. Kerslap! Captain Underpants realized that tricking the possums was too easy. It's like these possums never even went to school. So he brought them all to his adult school building to learn stuff, like camp counseling and bioengineering. The possums got smart and they were so grateful that they never had to scare kids for evil Mr. Brupp ever again. Yay! Okay, the end. Captain Underpants and the Abominable Altitooth. One time there was a snow monster with giant teeth named Altitude, cause teeth. He lived on top of a mountain by himself and howled a lot like a coyote who lost his job. Whoa, whack! His house made all the townspeople freak out. Whoa, what is that noise? Sounds like a coyote who lost his job. So the mayor called Captain Underpants to get Altitude to knock it off. Sure, I'll bet I can teach him to yodel instead of howl. I've been practicing for yodeling class. So Captain Underpants flew up to the mountain. Time to get my yodel on! And he yodeled to show Altitude how it was done, but he didn't actually sound like yodeling because Captain Underpants was getting a D+ in his yodeling class. Yo, dog, ho, log, ho! That made Altitude mad. He lashed out like a coyote who can't find a job. You give yodeling a bad name. So Captain Underpants went back to basics and tried to stop Altitude with a long John lunge and a thermal swack. Swackity swack! But Altitude used his icy fist to cold calm Captain Underpants instead, cause ice. Captain Underpants needed another tactic, so he used an attack yodeler to try and knock Altitude out. Wee ho no ho so ho. Well, and what happened then? Altitude started to cry. That sounds like the yodel by my mommy used to sing to me. That's when Captain Underpants realized the real battle was the one raging between Altitude and his parents. So he used all the tools he'd learned at the Healing with Feeling workshop to help Altitude work through his issues. And Altitude made up with his parents and took out a small business loan to open a fondue restaurant with melted cheese. They even hired a coyote as a chef, but that was a huge mistake. Okay, the end. Captain Underpants and the beastly Barfilisk. Once, a bunch of kids were on a scavenger hunt, which is like losing the remote and trying to find it under a couch and stuff, but fun. They had to find an ostrich egg, which is like an ostrich, but not born yet, so it's still an egg. They went into the woods and found a huge egg. A girl named Barbara said it was an ostrich egg. That's definitely an ostrich egg, but whatever, Barbara. But the egg opened and a baby chicken lizard monster crawled out. Now Barbara said it was a Barfilisk egg, because she'll say anything to be right. Then Barbara got bossy. Don't look into its eyes or you'll barf a rainbow. Seriously. But no one listened and they looked into its eyes anyway. And they all started barfing rainbows. Blugger, blazer, horse jockey. Because even Barbara is right occasionally. Then the baby Barfilisk's mom showed up and things got dark. Flash, boom. Luckily, Captain Underpants was nearby in the woods looking for his remote. Sounds like some kids accidentally messed with a Barfilisk egg. I have great hearing. And he flew in to save them. He thought it was immune to the Barfilisk's rainbow barfing powers. Ha! You can't make me barf because I barf. Wow, rainbow! Captain Underpants' rainbow barf with such force that it blasted the Barfilisk's mom into outer space. But Captain Underpants didn't want to raise the baby Barfilisk on his own. He didn't know the first thing about baby Barfilisks. So he flew to outer space and brought the mom back for a Barfilisk family reunion. And everybody had a blast, except for Barbara, who never enjoys the moment. Okay, the end. Captain Underpants in a massive Melviathan. There was once a volcano stunt show called Magnificent, where acrobats did stunts over a live volcano. It was really cool and totally dangerous. Kersplush, hiss, ow, I love Harold! Captain Underpants was the star because the lava couldn't hurt him. He was always falling into the lava and that was a big crowd pleaser. Oh no, yay! Unfortunately, he fell into the lava one too many times and woke up Melviathan, a giant annoying multi-absorbent who lived in the volcano. Whoopsie! Melviathan didn't like that they were having a stunt show in his volcano. So he unleashed his octopunch on Captain Underpants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 punches at once. He knocked Captain Underpants out. When Captain Underpants woke up, he was in a secret lab because the President of Earth had saved him. The lab workers put Captain Underpants through an enhanced soldier program. And he turned into ... Captain Ultrapants! He had lasers, axes, robot snake arms, surround sound, and a taco bar. So everything. When his transformation was finally complete, Captain Underpants flew back into the volcano with his new food booster rockets. He didn't really need them because he could already fly, but he looked really cool. Where have you been? It's been 3 months. Whoosh! Bap, bap, bap. Sack, taco bar noises. Captain Underpants unleashed every weapon he had at the same time on Melviathan. Melviathan was defeated, both physically and emotionally. I'm out, and by that I mean I'm moving. So the people had their volcano back. He turned Magnificent into a Broadway show, but it lost a lot of its charm. Okay, the end. Captain Underpants and the Slimy Salamangler. Once there was a mean lady with a bag wig that everybody knew was a wig. The lady was flush happy. Instead of throwing stuff away like a normal person, she flushed down her toilet like the toilet bowl was a magic portal. Nothing was saved from her flush-happy toilet. Leftovers, old rugs, even hazardous waste. One time, she flushed the salamander because she thought it was gross. But it turned out the toilet was a magic portal. And it turned the salamander into a monster named Salamangler. Rawr. Rawr. Salamangler tracked down the flush-happy lady with the bag and it scared so much that she put her house on the market, even though it was a bad time to sell. But Salamangler wanted revenge on all the people who ever called him disgusting or yucky or non-management material. So he started going on downtown. Bush, bush, bush. Luckily, Captain Underpants was on the corner selling euros because his buddy Dimitri asked him to watch his euro car while he was on jury duty. Just then, Salamangler threw a van on top of the euro cart. Kerslang, Tra-La-Laaaaa, Dimitri's gonna flip. Then Salamangler tail slapped Captain Underpants through a bank. Bush, clinkle, clinkle, coins. Since he was already there, Captain Underpants stopped in the bank to try to get a loan to pay for Dimitri's ruined cart. But after he did that, he made a skivvy snare and lassoed Salamangler's tail. Kabap, whap! But the tail pulled off and Salamangler grew a new one because that's how salamanders roll. Captain Underpants was like, "Wow, you've got tail game!" And Salamander was touched because that was the nicest thing anyone had ever said to him. So he stopped tearing down buildings and started tearing down walls between humans and salamanders by starting SAPI, the Salamander Awareness Program Institute. Okay, the end. Captain Underpants at a Covert Camoflush. One time, this kid Keys had a paintball party for his birthday. But the kids had to learn paintball safety rules first, and they were super boring. Groan, snore. I'd rather be doing chores. Captain Underpants was there too, even though he wasn't invited. Do I know you? You're an adult. Once paintball rules were over, Captain Underpants started chowing down on the cake and chugging a gallon of fruit punch. Chomp. But it's not time for cake yet. Chug. Slurp. Then Captain Underpants started playing paintball, and the kids were loving it. Schwap, schwap, schwap. Paint. Shwap, shwap, whooping. But suddenly Captain Underpants had to pee real bad because of that gallon of fruit punch he drank. Tra-La-Laaaaa gotta go. So he found a portable potty. But it turned out the portable potty was actually an alien on vacation. Crazy, right? Keys called it alien Camoflush because sometimes Keys jerk like that. Don made Camoflush really mad because aliens have feelings too, you know. So Camoflush turned invisible, poofed, and he started giving all the kids wedgies because sometimes he was a jerk like that too. Luckily, Captain Underpants came to the rescue. He loaded up his skivvy slingshot with his paintballs, shoo-bing, shoo-pow, and fired. And the paint went everywhere and made Camoflush visible again. Then Captain Underpants gave him a tiny whitey goodnighty with his headlock that tucks you in like your mom does. And then the kids went back to having fun, but Captain Underpants left because he had 3 more birthday parties to crash, and he still really had to go to the bathroom. Okay, the end.